A lot of the people have those reservations, but then once they move here, they are able to, if they want to go to Florida for a month, they just let us know and shut the door when they walk out. So I think it frees up people more than they realize. Man, that the house was really holding me down.
Greetings and welcome to Buzz for Good, where we talk all things nonprofit, the people they serve and the good they do. And on today's show, I am thrilled to introduce a new sponsor to Buzz, whose mission is one that impacts or will impact all of us: retirement and growing old. Since 1966, Friendship has provided a friendly, safe, and comfortable place for residents of the Roanoke Valley to live healthier and fuller lives. From the recovery expertise of Friendship Health to the thriving community of Friendship Living, Friendship offers Roanoke Valley residents the resources and support they need to enjoy the lives they deserve. Most recently, Friendship bought Richfield Living Retirement Community in Salem. And so on today's show, I talked to Friendship President and CEO Joe Hoff about Friendship's history and mission in the Roanoke Valley and its recent acquisition of Richfield. We will also chat about how the senior living experience has evolved through the decades and what the future holds for this growing industry that we all hope to enjoy one day. But before that, I am Michael Hemphill, creator and host of this radio show, as well as the TV show Buzz that airs on Blue Ridge PBS. Each episode, we feature a nonprofit organization and the great work that it does in the community. And we provide the nonprofit with a team of marketing professionals affiliated with the American Advertising Federation of Roanoke, who donate their time and talent to help the nonprofit attract more people to its cause, or in other words, to achieve more buzz. And our newest episode, our 35th episode, and our season 3 finale airs August 30th on Blue Ridge PBS. It stars Altamons, which is best known for its 4 weeks of summer camp, where kids can disconnect from their technological lives and engage with nature's beauty. But what about the other 48 weeks of the year? The 850-acre property in eastern Montgomery County, Virginia, wishes more people knew about its year-round offerings: RV and tent camping, dining and lodging facilities, swimming, fishing, hiking, ropes courses, and so much more. It really is an ideal setting for church and corporate retreats, family reunions, weddings, even a music video. So on our show, Buzz seeks to turn this, quote, best-kept secret into a must-see destination, with the help of another nonprofit that we have featured on Buzz, Friends of the Blue Ridge, as well as our good friends from WordSprint, a print marketing firm based in Blacksburg, and the tourism marketing expertise of Roanoke marketing agency, Eddie Alexander. We will be hosting a sneak peek watch party for this episode this coming Wednesday, August 23rd at 6 p.m. at First United Methodist Church in Salem, Virginia. It is free and open to all. You can find out more and register for this event on our website, buzzforgood.com. That's buzz, B-U-Z-Z, 4, good.com. You can also follow along on our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, all at Buzz for Good. We are going to provide a sneak listen to that episode towards the end of today's show. And also on today's show, in honor of the start of Hokie football in 2 weeks, I'm going to replay my recent conversation with Virginia Tech head coach Brent Pry, along with 2 of his players. I had the chance to speak to them for one of our upcoming Buzz episodes that features the Hokie Way, an organization that provides opportunities for Virginia Tech student athletes to use their name, image, and likeness to help nonprofits in Southwest Virginia. And according to Coach Pry, NIL, name, image, likeness, is among the most important parts of his job today, so you will not want to miss this. I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, the Roanoke Cultural Endowment, which is working to provide a long-term funding solution for Roanoke's arts and cultural organizations, roanokeculturalendowment.org. Partners in Financial Planning, a Southwest Virginia-based financial management firm, partnersinfinancialplanning.com. And as I mentioned at the start of our show, our newest sponsor, Friendship. And here is my conversation with President and CEO Joe Hoff.
You know, it's a great job. I've been here for around 6 years now, and worked most of my career in nonprofits. So we're a 501c3 nonprofit, and I love working here.
Well, give me real quick some of the kind of the history of Friendship.
Friendship started in 1966. So at that time, it had an affiliation with the Church of the Brethren, and they basically started this campus for the lay people in their church, and it really took off, and it was well received in the community. And so 1966 started with one building, and quickly over the next 5 years there, they expanded to have everything from independent living and nursing facility and assisted living. So pretty quick adoption for the community.
And this was as early as the mid 60s.
Yeah, 1966 is when they broke ground and did this. So obviously there was some planning that went on behind the scenes before they broke ground, but 1966 when they officially opened.
Okay. Now, obviously there are nonprofit models of senior living and for-profit models of senior living. For those who are new to this area, explain the difference and why is Friendship better suited as a nonprofit?
Well, the reason I like the 501c3 not-for-profit status is that the money that we earn here, and that Friendship has any monies that we actually were able to have in excess go back to the facilities that we have and to our residents, take care of our residents and take care of our employees. So there's not a stockholders or any individual owners that we're trying to make a certain return on, so we can focus our mission. We're really a community asset. So and we treat it that way.
What does that mean to you when you say we are a community asset?
That we're here for the community. We get we treat, we have residents that we bring in. Some of them are unable to after a while, unable to have a payer source to continue with their care, but we have a charity care system set up to help residents with that. And just being a good community partner, that we take some of the just not all private pay that some for-profits would do. So we're able to expand our mission and take care of those residents that may not have the ability to pay.
So again, Joe Hoff, President and CEO of Friendship, joining me here on Buzz for Good. And Joe, what makes Friendship unique, different among other, competitors in the Roanoke Valley?
Yeah, thanks for that, Michael. I think one of the things for us and Richfield is that we don't have an entrance fee for independent living when you come in. So that's one thing that makes us different. It's more accessible for more residents to be able to utilize our services. So that definitely differentiates us from some of the others. And you can, with our retirement community, you can access our care anywhere on that full continuum. You don't have to enter through independent living. So that is a major benefit that I feel for us and for Richfield.
Talk about the growth that Friendship has experienced over the years. You mentioned you started in the 1950s by Church of the Brethren, and then by the 60s, you were having facilities for independent living, skilled care, nursing care, end of life.
how has that grown through the years to where we are today, prior to
Yeah,
the acquisition of Richfield?
yeah. We've done we've had a really good strategic leadership plan here in place, and we visit that on a pretty regular basis. But as far as Friendship, yes, since 1960s, it's we basically have the full continuum here, and we have 309 independent living apartments, and those residents there are spread over 9 buildings, and those residents are truly independent. They come and go as they please, and do the shopping activities, whatever they desire to do. So we have that. We've added another piece to that probably about 6 years ago. We do an adult day medical care center, and we have that, and that's a really good option where somebody, if they're having having to work, maybe they're in that sandwich generation where they got parents that they have to take care of, and have kids at home still, but they don't want to put their loved one to an institutional type setting yet. So they can come here, drop them off at 7:30 in the morning, and come back and get them at 5 after work or whatever they've got to do. So we've got that, and that's a recent addition that we had.
And how many seniors are you caring for with that kind of adult?
Yeah, we have about 40 residents signed up for that. And we have on any given day, because they don't come every day, so not all of them don't come every day. Some of them do, but we'll take care of around 25 to 30 on a daily basis with that, and they go back to their homes at night. So that's a great. We feel like it's pretty good entrance into Friendship, and you can be here as long as you want and go back home.
Okay. And so what, in addition to those two types of services?
Yeah, we used to be the largest nursing center in the state of Virginia. We used to have 373 beds here, and we took 120 of those beds and moved it across county onto Starkey Road, and so we built a brand new nursing facility over there with 120 private rooms, and we're able to service those residents. So that's part of the expansion that we've done, and it's been well received by the community there. Pretty much, stays full and does a lot of inpatient rehab, and that's short term for residents going in and getting rehab and coming back out. So with that, we have home care. Home care is another opportunity to be exposed to Friendship. We have probably 100 residents that we take care of, and with that, and 50% of those are seen on our campus, and about 50% are seen in the Roanoke Valley at their homes. And we know that just like me and you, we want to stay at our home as long as possible, and the home care allows us to help people stay in their homes.
Wow. So you have, I guess, some skilled medical professionals who are going from Friendship out into the community to individuals' homes and providing some services that they might need there.
Yes, they'll have one of the things, we can go out, we can do housekeeping for them. We'll do activities of daily living, help them with that. We'll do some medication management and more if needed. So all those services in an attempt to keep that resident as independent as possible and in their home setting, which we understand that's where everybody wants to stay.
Right. Huh. I had no idea that, not only are you helping people who come to your facilities, but you're also kind of being missionaries, if you will, taking all the expertise that you have in your facilities out into the community. That is amazing.
Yes. Yeah, we feel it's a good introduction to people out in the community, and then when they hopefully they're able to stay there for the whole time. But if they need other cares, if they've got an acute episode that they need to come to maybe one of our skill facilities or assisted living, they already know the Friendship name and are trusting us with their care.
Yeah, you've already established some friendship with them. That's beautiful. Yeah. And then take us from there. What other services and facilities do you offer?
Yeah, so we have two assisted livings, and that's sort of the intermediate in between independent living and the skilled buildings, the nursing facilities. So we have one here that's called our Friendship Assisted Living that's on the Hirschberger campus, and we take care of around 80 to 85 residents there on a daily basis, and they are a little bit more independent than the people in the skill buildings, but they still need a little bit of help there with the medication management and having a little bit of oversight there with their care. So we do that. And then we also have Friendship Salem Terrace that's in Salem. And we have also the assisted living there, but we also have a 20-bed memory care unit there that's for residents that have dementia or advanced Alzheimer's that need to be in a lockdown unit. So that provides a big service for the community.
Wow. All right. And then finally, you mentioned the nursing care facilities.
Yes. So then, we just talked to you about, the 120 bed brand new, 7-year facility, 7 years old. But we went back into our facility that's 253 beds now. Probably about 3 years ago, spent close to $8 million renovating one unit called our transitional care unit. And that transitional care unit is for short-term rehab. Anybody that's got a acute episode, and then most all those people are coming directly from the hospital with an ailment there, that diagnosis that's qualified them for a stay there. And so all those brand new private rooms, and has a bistro 66 there that's pays homage to the year we opened, and also an emporium and a storefront. So we do all that, and then we also on there we have a memory care unit in that building also that takes care of the residents with some memory care and more of the end of life too.
Right. Wow. Is there a minimum age that you require a resident to be in order to start receiving services?
In our independent living, we do.
Independent living. Okay.
What's that? Independent living. We're shooting for 55 to 65 age there, and then in the if in the skilled facilities, sometimes people are younger than that. So we it just depends on each situation. We don't have a guaranteed age that you have to be. So
okay. Well, before we start talking about Richfield, let me take a moment to reintroduce you. Here on Buzz for Good, talking to Joe Hoff, the president and CEO of Friendship, who has just regaled us with all of the different services that Friendship offers to people, not only within their facilities, but out in the community as well. It's really extraordinary. And you can find out more about Friendship at friendship.us. Joe, real quick before we move to Friendship, how many residents, how many people do you actually serve each year?
We have currently at Friendship now, we have around 1,000 residents across all those levels of care that we have.
Okay. And then plus
also around 750 employees.
Okay. And then plus some more people in the community that you're providing at-home care.
Yes.
Wow. Amazing. All right. So let's transition. The most recent news item or news headline featuring Friendship involved the acquisition of another major senior living facility in the Roanoke Valley, and that was the Richfield Retirement Community. Tell us what led to that taking place.
Friendship and Richfield have a long-standing relationship. I think we've worked together just at certain times over the period of both of these times. As far as being in operation, but for us, we became serious about the acquisition a little bit after January of this year, and had been working on it because we, if you look at two organizations in the Roanoke Valley that do pretty much the same thing. It's Richfield and Friendship are closely aligned. We're both 501c3 not for profit, so we got that mission that's in common. We take care of residents throughout the full continuum. So we were closely aligned on that. So it just made sense for us to explore the option of being able to acquire them and then actually bring them together as part of our team. So,
and so, what did that do in terms of number of residents that you now serve and employees and just your overall capacity?
Yeah, so when we have them, both of these campuses fully integrated together, we'll probably have around 1,500 residents that will serve across the Roanoke Valley, and then also around 1,000 team members. Wow.
And when is that supposed to take place or be finalized by?
Yeah, October 1st is there's a date that we have that's set right now to make that purchase final. So we'll look for that date, and obviously with things could arise, may not be able to get it done at that time. But if not, then we'll drop back to November 1st. But we're looking at an October 1st deadline.
Okay, and what will happen to the Richfield name?
Yeah, well, that was one of the things when we announced this, is that I went and met with the residents and the employees at Richfield, and the main thing was that they've got close to 100 years of service to the community, and the name of Richfield. So started out as the Mercy House and was owned by the county. Three nurses actually started that, and for indigent care, and I think they charged $5 a week for care. And so with that, we wanted to maintain that name, the Richfield name, the Richfield heritage. People know Richfield, and so we're keeping the name the same, and keeping that heritage.
Okay, so I assume Friendship will be somewhere incorporated into the new branding.
Yeah, if we have it, it's for us maybe somewhere in there that'll be Richfield Living, a Friendship property or something like that. But
okay.
It's really keeping that Richfield Living name.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that'll do a lot of residents there, give them some comfort during that period of transition. But what other changes do you anticipate, someone who lives at Richfield or receives services from Richfield seeing with the Friendship, taking over?
Well, I think, Richfield has done a great job of taking care of residents for all these years. And, only thing that we'll try to do is come in and if we're able to enhance and streamline some of the things that we do, bring our dining services and those combined dining services and nursing care and our other amenities that we offer, like adult day, try to enhance what the residents' offerings are to them. But they've done a great job taking care of these residents, and we're going to be able to come in and just maintain that and enhance it where we can.
Lovely. Once again, joined here on Buzz for Good by Joe Hoff, President and CEO of Friendship, the newest sponsor to Buzz for Good, and we thank you for your support. In talking here in this introductory interview with Friendship, all about the many facilities and programs and residents served by Friendship throughout the Roanoke Valley. I would imagine that, like, back when senior living communities were founded, they were more concerned with kind of taking away some of the everyday hassles of living for seniors as they got older, taking care of their food, taking care of housekeeping, no more yard maintenance to do. It was more like trying to just if they needed health care, you were there for them. But it seems like these days, from what I've read, it's senior living communities are trying to fulfill more than just kind of daily tasks of seniors, but really trying to provide them with opportunities to still have meaning and find meaning in their lives. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, I think you've hit on all the things that we try to let our potential residents know, is that you've worked hard all your life, so come here and be able to have worry-free living. And I think that's going to be our mantra at Richfield Living and at Friendship as it currently is. So you've hit on that, and for us, having that worry-free living is that you wake up in the morning and you don't have to worry about the yard work. You don't have to worry about painting the exterior or any of that. We take care of that. But one of the keys to coming here is that that healthcare aspect. And I think you hit on it. No one wants to think about that when they're in independent living, but when you're in independent living and all of a sudden something happens to you, you have an acute episode, maybe you're going to have a total hip done, or you've had another diagnosis and you end up in the hospital. Well, for everyone else, they're going to get a list of nursing facilities and rehab facilities slid over to them and said, here, we need you to be out of the hospital in a day or two, and we need you to pick one of these. And if you haven't really thought about it, and your loved one lives in town or out of town, and your children, they haven't had to think about that, and now they're thrust out, this decision to try to make in a day. And for our residents, it's peace of mind for them. They don't have to worry about that. Whenever they go to the hospital and they have something, they know that care is ready for them. So they've already got that planned. Most of the people that move into our facilities, they're planners. They've planned, they've thought about it. They're like, okay, I want to come to a place where I can come in and relax in independent living, do the activities and do the wellness, aerobics classes, water aerobics, do all these things, and have breakfast, with friends that I've made on my, campus here. But then when the time comes where you need that care, you don't have to worry about you've already planned. So you know what, where you're going to go. And I think when I talk to potential people that move in here, or the family members, it's more of a gift to that family more than anything, because the son or the daughter is not having to wake up at 2:00 in the morning to a call that mom or dad's gone out to the hospital, and now they're going to have to try to scramble for that care. So I think that's one of the biggest benefits from moving into a campus like ours.
Yeah, no, all very well said. That your campus is providing for the needs of residents, for that's food, housing, healthcare, and so forth, and programming. I've also got to believe, though, and here I am, I guess maybe I'm thinking I'm almost to that age where I could move into your facility, your independent living facility, that I still feel as though I have got a lot to contribute. And maybe I don't want to have to deal with the yard and housework and worry about meals and healthcare, but I also still want to find meaning in my life. The programs are great, being able to kind of entertain myself throughout the day and exercise, but I also want to feel like I can give back. So, what opportunities, have you seen in your residents where they're able to continue finding purpose with their lives?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And, for us, and I'll just use an example of 2 weeks ago, on a monthly basis, we have a group of residents that go to the rescue mission. Mm-hmm. So they go to the rescue mission, they help do what they can do there, serving residents there. They go to the LOA, League of Older Americans. They do that and pack lunches that go out on Meals on Wheels. So they're able to do that, and just not the external things like that also, because those are big. Those make you you have that extra time, and you can give back. So, but with also within our community, we have people that have so much experience, and they've got committees that we're working, to get them on. If it's like a food committee, horticultural committees, activities committees, all these committees to help sort of set the policy for what we want to do in independent living. So all those things, people are able to give back, and they've got years of experience doing things. And in horticultural, for example, they can a lot of people that have done that their whole life. So they're able to give back, even if they're not actually out there doing the manual labor of it. They can do that, but also outside and inside, our campus, just like you said.
Yeah, nice. Is there any, you mentioned like the outside groups, or organizations that your residents can, have a regular presence at, rescue mission and so forth, and then have these internal programs. What's the coolest thing that you've heard one of your residents do, just in that kind of self-actualization side of things?
Oh, wow. I'm gonna have to think about that for a second.
Okay.
So
That's fine. Well, we can come back to it. Or maybe, it's like something that like resident came to you and said, boy, I really want to be able to do this. I want to brew my own beer. I want to, start a ceramics class, or I want to, do something that's just, my own personal interest. I'm
yeah.
if there's, something like that comes to mind.
Yeah, I think one of the most rewarding things that I've seen that our residents have done has been to for the children's hospital. They paint the overhead tiles, and they take such joy in that. And because when the kids are in these hospitals, and they look up and see a tile, I think that gives some of our residents the great joy in being able to be a painter, but actually know that this is going to be giving a smile to a children. So I think I've heard that a lot from our residents. And then we do have some residents that do ceramics and different pots and things like that, or jewelry, and then they sell it in our emporium, our own store, to raise money for
Nice.
For different things. So
Nice. That I think that ceiling tiles program is sponsored or hosted by Carillion, the Healing Ceiling Tiles. We've done some features on that through Buzz before, and so
exactly.
there are, I think, hundreds, if not thousands, of those ceiling tiles now throughout Carillion facilities. So,
Yeah.
so you're a partner in that. That's great.
Yes.
Just in thinking about kind of this continuum of care that Friendship provides, at some point, that friendship or that continuum of care, ends in a resident's passing. What does that look like at Friendship?
Yeah, that's that is part of the business that we have, and I think we do a great job, because it's a hard time. Somebody's been preparing themselves for it, for the family, and that's where we have to do special things during that last time to make it the easiest on them, to be able to stay with their family member overnight and do things that way. But we take that seriously, and it's definitely part of what we have to do. And our employees are such a big heart that it affects them also, because they really get to know these the residents. I mean, they're taking care of them and interacting with them on a daily basis. So it's something we look out for, not only for the residents and their families, but also for our employees.
Is there a hospice presence at Friendship, or do you align with Good Samaritan Hospice to provide those services when needed?
Yeah, we have several hospices that actually come into our buildings, and it's a patient resident family choice. But we do work with Good Sam, and they're doing a lot of great things right now, even with their the hospice house that they're currently engaged with building. So we have that, and when if the resident and the family member choose that, then we allow that hospice to come in, and then they're just an added layer to help with taking care of the residents and the residents' families also.
Well, we're approaching the end here, Joe, but once again, here on Buzz for Good, I'm joined by Joe Hoff, President and CEO of Friendship, which is the newest sponsor of Buzz, as well as having recently acquired Ridgefield Living in Salem area, now bringing to 1,500 residents and about 1,000 employees at Friendship. We've kind of talked about Friendship's growth throughout the years, all the different services that Friendship provides, from independent living and all the way to end of life. I'm wondering, what are the future things in the senior living world that you are preparing for that maybe people who aren't in that world or have even thought about yet?
I'd say that the biggest thing that for us and for everywhere is technology, and I think that we're continuing to look at different ways that technology can help with the resident care, the resident experience, to even at home. What does that look like? Technology, and there's just so many things out there. We continue to look at that, and there are different programs, and also try to be part of a bigger Roanoke Valley also when we look at that, because we partner now with within Carilion. We do a thing now that's with looking at falls, because that's a big big thing. So we have a researcher and a physician that's heading that up. So whenever we're able to sort of be a center for excellence and help develop things. But I think that technology is the biggest thing that's coming our way, and I think we're embracing it, and we're just looking for ways to utilize it.
Can you give us a sense of, where is technology today in terms of senior living, and what types of technology are you talking about moving forward?
Yeah, I think a lot of it right now is with patient monitoring. There's a lot of different monitoring that goes on, and sometimes remotely. So you can have we're not doing a lot of remote, but that could be something that's in our home care model that maybe the first sense is that maybe they don't want an employee staying with them, or a team member that's actually at their house, but they want to do some remote monitoring. So if something happens, that we can quickly monitor that and have whatever it may entail, someone come out or that. But I think a lot of it is going to be around the monitoring aspect, and how we can leverage that part of it.
Okay. Well, as we close here, I imagine that as you're receiving inquiries from residents or potential residents about Friendship, it's probably a kind of a scary time of life as well. They've been independent living in their own homes, for decades, and now they're considering this, giving up, I imagine, some of their freedom, independence, and whatnot. I'm wondering, what kind of conversations do you have with people who are considering a move into a senior living community?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. That the biggest part of that is that independence, and maybe coming here and feeling like I've lived in a house my whole life, and now I'm going to come here to a smaller, downsizing. So I think a lot of the people have those reservations, but then once they move here, it's quickly alleviated. They've realized, man, what took me so long to do this? A lot of people, having a home as an anchor to them, so they feel like, if they got to go away, they've got to go somebody take care of their house and do things. So when they move here, all of a sudden that anchor is removed. They are able to, if they want to go to Florida for a month, they just let us know and shut the door when they walk out. So I think it frees up people more than they realize, man, that the house was really hold me down. When I was able to go visit my daughter and wherever it is, they can do that now. They don't have to try to have to take care of this and take care of the yard and take care of all these other things. They just let us know and they're off to go. So
rather than losing independence, they're really gaining even more independence. Is kind
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, wonderful. Well, thank you for being a friend to so many people in the Roanoke Valley through Friendship and all the facilities that you offer and programs. And for more information, go to friendship.us. I certainly want to thank you for your friendship of Buzz for Good as we move forward to this partnership, and look forward to featuring Friendship on a regular basis here on Buzz for Good and all the great work and programs and residents that you have.
All right. Well, thank you for having me, Michael. It's been good. It's a great, exciting time. It's never been a better time to live and work at Friendship, and now Richfield coming together. So I appreciate your time.
Once again, many thanks to Friendship for its support of Buzz for Good. If your company would like to provide some buzz for good, please visit our website, buzzforgood.com. That's buzz, B-U-Z-Z, 4, good.com, and check out support. Now, on last week's show, I introduced listeners to the Hokie Way, which connects Virginia Tech student athletes with local nonprofits such as Feeding Southwest Virginia, Boys and Girls Clubs of Southwest Virginia, Eastmont Community Foundation, and Life Ring Foundation. Hokie athletes are able to profit from their NIL, name, image, and likeness, as are the nonprofits they are helping. So with Virginia Tech football kicking off in 2 weeks, I want to share again my conversation with head football coach Brent Pry, plus defensive lineman Fidarius Payne and wide receiver Jalen Lane.
I'm Brent Pry. I'm the head football coach at Virginia Tech, and I'm very proud of Triumph and the Hokie Way, what they're doing in this community and what they're doing for our student athletes. Name, image, and likeness is as important as anything we do, as important as facilities, as budgets, as staff hires. It's right there at the top of the list. It's on the forefront of every recruit, family, and our players currently on our roster. Everybody wants a platform where they can enhance their brand, profit off their name, image, and likeness, and find ways to build relationships, give back to businesses, charities in our community.
If someone would come to you and say, give me one story of a player who has benefited the most from NIL, who would you tell them about?
Yeah, we've got a couple of guys on our team right now that aren't on athletic scholarship. So these guys have a chance because of the type of people they are, the character, their personal brand. Businesses and our collective, Triumph, Hokie Way, want to align with these guys. And so they have a chance to put some extra money in their bank account through working with Hokie Way or Triumph. For a bunch of these guys, that extra money in their pocket can go a long way. You'll be surprised how many guys at this level are sending money back home to a mom, to a grandma, to a sibling. And especially when you're paying your own way to school, it can be very challenging. So we at Virginia Tech, I want these guys to make as much money as they can off their name, image, and likeness. I want their brand to be unbelievable, where our local community, businesses, charities want these guys endorsing what they're doing, want that relationship. I don't want it to get in the way of anything we're doing out at Lane Stadium, in this practice complex, in that weight room, in those meeting rooms. Name, image, and likeness needs to be separate, but it's as important as anything we're doing. It's very important across college football, college athletic landscape right now.
You know, being from Alabama, I don't think most fans care about what the NIL money is being used for, as long as they have the best team on the field. But here, there seems to be that culture of boot pro sim that really is impactful in some way. How is it, in your mind, aligning those two?
I think students in general come to Virginia Tech, and a large percentage of them understand UT-PROSM and how important it is, and what a piece of fabric it is for this university. I mean, it's part of who we are, and we talk a lot about it in the recruiting process. You know, coming here and being selfless, being community-minded, giving back. There's all kinds of avenues at Virginia Tech to do that. And through the Hokie Way, an opportunity to make a profit off your name, image, and likeness, but also give back to our community. I don't know that it gets better than that. I talk a lot about this being a two-way street. You know, gosh, we want our fan base to be out there supporting us. We want them to support our players, to support us on Saturdays. We want our fan base and our donor base to support our budgets and support name, image, and likeness. And you know, we want to and need to give back. And what a better way than, you know, to give back through Hokie Way to our charitable organizations in our Southwest community. Yeah, not only does Triumph in the Hokie Way help the community, the relationships that our guys, the relationships that materialize, the relationships that develop through these interactions, through these contracts, through the relationships that our players have an opportunity to develop and grow with local business leaders, local charitable organizations. You know, that's life after football. Those experiences, you can't put a price tag on them. So certainly there's some monetary gain now. There's a profit now for these guys. It's important, but also the relationships within our community. That's going to pay tenfold. Yeah, I think everybody should get behind the Hokie Way. If you're for the student athlete and you're for charitable organizations, there's not a better combination. You can support both. We need that as a football program. We need that in our community. So that's a win-win for everybody in my book.
My name is Fadarius Payne, senior at Virginia Tech, and I play defensive line. I grew up in the Tidewater area, Norfolk, Portsmouth, and Suffolk, and I went to the Boys and Girls Club in downtown Suffolk. I spent time at the Boys and Girls Club, I believe, from 5th grade to the beginning of 9th grade, but my time there, we did a lot of field trips, and I remember we went to a lot of colleges because at that time, I wasn't even thinking about college because young, it's summertime, you thinking, let's have fun, let's do them other field trips. But we went to a few schools and it opened my mind. I was thinking like, oh, this is like reachable. This is stuff that people can do from my area because where I'm from, it's not a lot of people that go to college. So it's like, it's either military or you just go straight to work. Or where I'm from, it's the shipyard over there in Norfolk. So those wasn't a big option for us. So that opened up to a lot of us. And honestly, my cousins, my brothers, we spent a lot of summers there, and it was just a big family feel, and you get to meet different people. And actually, when I was home this last break, we was talking about it because it was like, oh, those were good times. There was a counselor named Dominique. It was an older gentleman. He used to play basketball with us, and we'll never forget moments like those. The NIL wasn't that important, but it did help a lot. But coming to Virginia Tech, really the community service part of the NIL, I really like that. Like, I get to go and help people from the community, because growing up, I was always in the community service. My dad served 22 years in the military, so he always was big into giving back to the community. Yes, sir, no, sir. He's from Alabama, so all that community stuff is very important to us. My mom, she's from the 757 area, so anytime we could give back, we did, either if it was going to shelters or going to the camps and going to kitchens. It was always something we did around Thanksgiving, Christmas, year round actually. And with the church, I go to church at Mount Suffolk, and that was a big thing that we did, community service. This is like the church changed lives. It was more than just church service. Like, we'll go out and go help people. Yes, sir. Yeah, the Hokie Way, I'm very thankful for them because I love community service. Like, I pride myself on community service. This summer, around 4th of July, I went to the Eastmount Community Foundation 5K, and that was wonderful. Like, I really enjoyed myself. So when they allowed me to come out to that race and interact with people, like, it was major to me personally, because I get to go out there with the little kids, the adults. Like, we're more than just football players. Like, we're here for the community, and the community here for us, so I would love to give back to them. So the race was fun, and after, even the adults, they was like, y'all can come to the fireworks, because they do something big around there. And it's very, like, community-led. Like I said, I always wanted to be in the community. So when they said we can go to the 4th of July events, they said they have food trucks, they have fireworks, they lined down the road down to the Dollar Tree, I believe. And it was just big. And you could tell they was very tight-knit, and the kids were going around, was racing. We was able to handle the little medals first place, and you could just tell they took it serious. It was like a big thing around there. They got times to beat, they got records, and it was an amazing thing to be a part of.
Well, and you're being a role model there.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, being a role model, I don't look at myself as a role model. I look at myself as a normal, just human being able to be blessed with this opportunity to play football. And I know the people in this area really look up to me and these athletes, Virginia Tech athletes in general. So for us to show our face and Hokie Way to be able to help us is major.
Hi, I'm Jalen Lane. I play wide receiver here at Virginia Tech, just transferred in. I'll be a senior, and I'm from Clover, South Carolina. You know, this year was the first, big NIL opportunity that I got. You know, coming from Middle Tennessee State, it's a smaller school. They don't have, honestly, they're getting a lot now, but, you know, at the beginning of it, we didn't have a lot of opportunities to get those NIL deals as you do at bigger schools. But, you know, coming here, you know, it wasn't a huge emphasis why I came, because, you know, I love the culture here at Virginia Tech and stuff like that. But it's also, you know, helped me realize and open many doors that weren't there for me before, definitely. Oh, yeah, you know, so far, you know, just getting to do stuff like this, being able to have an impact on kids like at the Boys and Girls Club. And, you know, I think I heard Sean talk about it too, but it's just, you know, having an impact on the younger generation, even if you might not be the guy they look up to, but it's just, you know, I was in those shoes once. I can give them any kind of advice that they ever need or want. And also just what the Hokie Way is doing in general. You know, it's a nonprofit, and they're doing a lot of things for Virginia Tech. And, you know, it's been great for me, you know, just coming in and watching what they're doing. And it's something that you definitely want to be a part of. The biggest thing I want to do, like, throughout my life is, you know, leave an impact. And, you know, what I've been taught growing up is, you know, your legacy is very important. How you treat other people is very important. So, you know, like, partnering with the Hokie Way is a big reason why I'm out here today, even just because I know that it's for a great cause. And I know, like, what I'm doing today could possibly impact someone. Yeah, I'm very excited. You know, it's funny, when I was at MT, we played at Lane in 21, and the atmosphere is crazy. Like, I remember the opening kickoff, he had a good return, and the crowd was so loud, my ears started hurting a little bit. But, yeah, it was, yeah, I'm excited, and I'll be glad that they're cheering for me this time instead of against me, so, yeah, definitely.
And lastly, on today's Buzz for Good, we are getting ready to present our newest Buzz TV show on August 30th on Blue Ridge PBS, starring Camp Altamont in eastern Montgomery County. We will have a free sneak peek watch party this Wednesday, August 23rd at 6 p.m. at First United Methodist Church in Salem. More information and to register at our website, buzzforgood.com, BUZZ4good.com. Here is a sneak listen from part of our show. Altamont in eastern Montgomery County, Virginia, is best known for its 4 weeks of summer camp, where kids can disconnect from their technological lives and engage with nature's beauty. But for this gorgeous 850-acre attraction nestled in Virginia's Blue Ridge, what about the other 48 weeks of the year?
For today's episode, we're going to turn this best-kept secret into a must-visit destination with the help of another outdoors organization that's been featured on our show, and a team of tourism professionals whose marketing expertise is just what this nonprofit needs to give it some year-round buzz.
For more than 100 years, this ground in Shawsville, Virginia has been a place apart, a balm from the bustle and brokenness of everyday human life. Loosely translated high mountains in Latin, Altamont was purchased in the 1890s by the Crockett family, which bottled its healing spring waters for markets throughout the United States and Europe. A 300-guest hotel was later built, Crockett Springs Resort, for the well-heeled to escape disease-ridden cities sweltering in the summer. But the resort hit hard times during the Depression, and the hotel fell into disrepair. In 1957, the Roanoke District of the Methodist Church bought the property, and over the decades since has transformed it into a retreat center with a variety of lodging and dining facilities, sites for RV and tent camping, a pool, a pond for fishing and canoeing, ropes courses, picnic shelters, and of course, miles of hiking trails, the most popular leading to scenic Stiles Falls. While its visitors say Altamont has always pulsed with divinity, its human heartbeat dwells within one family whose name permeates the place.
My name is Jim Pierman, and I'm currently chair of the board of directors at Altamont.
Jim Pierman's grandfather owned part of the property that today makes up Altamont. His father was born here in 1927.
There's several facilities in the camp that are named in memory of my parents, including the Pierman House, which stands on the location where the original house was where my father was born. It was burned down, but it was on that same location and the same beauty around it. So that's special. The ropes course was pretty much funded by my mother, and she's been very generous in supporting the intern program that we initiated several years ago, and so there's a lot of them around when I come up here to feel their presence. The quilt that's behind me, my mother was a avid quilter, hand stitched. She never used a machine on any of her quilts, and she quilted the quilt behind me, and presented it to Altamont, and it's hanging here, so it's a memory every time I come into the dining hall. She loved Altamont, and she thought that was a special thing so she would always be here.
My name is Hannah Curtis, and I am currently a board member at Altamont. Previously, I've been a business intern at camp for 2 summers as well.
I'm Rhonda Wimmer. I'm the executive director here at Camp Altamont. I started off as a volunteer in 2010, then I was guest service coordinator, and now the executive director.
So fortunately, I had an opportunity to connect with Rhonda at a job fair. I was a student at Roanoke College. I'm not local to the area, so I had never really ventured beyond Salem and the Roanoke, city proper area. So I met Rhonda and learned about all the job opportunities they had for college-age kids coming into town, both with camp and on the business side of the house as well, and went from there.
And that will do it for today's Buzz for Good. Thank you so much for tuning in and for caring about the work that nonprofit organizations do in our community. And until we see you again next time on Buzz for Good, please continue being a Buzz for Good in the places you hold dear. Bye now.